Welcome to Cars in Korea. I introduce newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars, and I have in front of me the Veloster N DCT. There you go. Who would have thought that somebody would be waiting an automatic over a manual? But that is the case for this Veloster DCT. Veloster just gently leaving the scene. And there's only 20 of these cars in entire Korea. And they've got this car so that the people who are interested can come and take a look, and we can take it for a brief test drive out for 5 minutes-ish. It's definitely this N Light bucket seat. So this N logo is hooked up with the room light right here. So if I open up a door, it will light up like so. It's really bright out right here, so it's kind of hard to see. This N Light bucket seat, it really holds you well, but there is a little bit of a debate that it's not actually the seat itself, but rather it could be the material, which is Alcantara. Compared to leather seats or cloth, obviously this Alcantara will hold you more steady and firm. There is a airbags on a side bolsters right here, which I'll show you when I get off the car. And unfortunately, due to the seat being, there is no ventilated seats, but only heated seats for this N Light bucket seats. You could still go with the regular seats, where you can choose the ventilated seats and also heated seats at the same time. So there's the side airbags, and the bolster is much higher, and no doubt this is a bucket seat, and it will certainly serve the purpose when you're in need of such performance seats like these. I'm not so sure down to an inch, but it's most likely the sitting position and also the height of the seat is just exactly the same as that of the regular seats. Again, this bolster seems to be a little bit too high for a daily, so it kind of interferes when you're getting in and out of the seats and whatnot. So this is the OEM seat for Veloster N, as we know. Of course, the N logo right there. And so this is the bolster that we talked about. But this height is not as high as we've seen it on the DCT model. And this bolster wise, I think it's just about the same height as well, or it sticks out just as much as it does, but obviously it really feels different. It hugs different. And yes, 3 pedals and a shift lever. Unlike the DCT model, here is the rev for synchro rev match and cancel for cruise controls and whatnot. The drive mode and the M mode, they stay the same. And this is the original screen. It only differs by an inch, so I don't really see the difference as to how bigger it got or smaller it is. Until now, it was backwards, where this shift up was up here and shift down was down here. But it only makes sense, especially on a performance cars like these, that shift down is towards the top, because when you're shifting down on a track and fast racing conditions, you'll be applying brakes hard, where all the momentum will go to the front, even your body. So it only makes sense to shift up towards the front to go down a gear. And that's the exact opposite applies to shifting up. The momentum goes to the back of the car, so it's much more easier to pull into your body to make the necessary shift ups. Of course, there's a pedal shift for DCT and DCT only, and immediately these 2 buttons that were not on a stick shift, the NGS button, as well as the lane keeping. The room lights, the dome lights, has been changed into LED. The lights are, this is minor change, but again, it's what's visible on the exterior, LED. Let's turn it on. System on. This screen has gotten bigger by 1 inch. From 7-inch, now it's 8-inch. And let's fire it up. No big or major change has been made on this Veloster N DCT, but one obvious thing is the exhaust note. It's now a little bit more quiet, but not necessarily because it's tuned that way, but it's, of course, the difference is the transmission. Because of the DCT, it's been toned down a little bit, and the valves open up. I gently press the gas a little bit. So the fan is at work, cooling down the radiator, and it just got turned off. And that's with the engine off, person off the car. And one of the largest difference of this Veloster N to that of a manual is that camera right there. And look at that, you can see that M-Bucket logos and lights really well from the outside. Again, what that camera allows is the whole feature of Hyundai Smart Sensing. With that camera, there is this LKA and LDW, lane departure warning, HBA, high beam assist, that controls the high beam and the low beam of the car.